Good morning. My name is Rev Kylie Renner, and on behalf of the entire One Spiritual Center community, I just welcome you here today. Thank you for bringing your love and your energy into this space on this particularly beautiful Earth Day morning, as we recognize the power and the presence of the One in ourselves, and we remind one another of that truth. So I am just in this space of extreme gratitude this morning. I don't know why. I woke up this morning grateful. And I think it's because I've started to practice what I'm going to tell you about in a little bit. But what I recognize that is happening in the world or in my life is that we have this amazing opportunity to be part of massive change. That we have this amazing opportunity to be part of treating our planet differently, treating each other differently, treating this whole thing called life from this place of reverence. And so if you did not wake up today saying, this is going to be the best day ever, that gets to change right now. There's an opportunity for this to be a day in which life gets to unfold as you, in you, through you, as part of this catalyst, this powerful catalyst happening. And so I welcome you into this space and from this energy of saying, I am willing for this day to be the best day ever. And then tomorrow gets to be even better than that. And the energy of that gets to be in us and through us today. So I'm going to take that into prayer. So if you're comfortable, please close your eyes as we just open ourselves to this opportunity we have. This precious opportunity we have to be here now. And so I first just give thanks. I give thanks for this beautiful day, for the seasons that are changing, and for all of the things that are coming to the surface for our clear reflection and our sacred witness. I give gratitude for this opportunity to wake up and to stay awake and alive to just the incredible beauty and peace and power that exist inside of each and every being. So I open and I welcome this sense of gratitude to expand in us as we recognize that we are the ones that we have been waiting for. We create an environment in which that energy gets to expand as us. The peace and the love that we are just keep on getting to expand, and it changes everything. And so I welcome the beauty of this day. I welcome the beauty of this opportunity we have to come together in community, to remember and to remind each other of this truth. And I open to the power that is in this moment. Right here. I let it be. And so it is.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to this present moment, here to the new beginning, here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul.
Our sacred reading will be presented by Ron Pico. Please start.
Good morning. The reading today is from a book called A Bird on the Wing by the Zen master Osho. A man driving his car on a lonely road suspected that he had missed a turn. He suspected that he was moving in the wrong direction. But he saw a beggar. He was walking, so he stopped the car, and he asked the beggar, "Does this road lead to Delhi?" The beggar said, "I don't know." So the man asked, "Does this road lead to Agu?" And again the beggar said, "I don't know." The driver, who was already irritated, became more irritated and said to the beggar in anger, "Gee, you don't know much, do you?" But the beggar laughed and he said, "But I am not lost." So the question is not of knowledge. The question is whether you are lost or not. The beggar said, "But I am not lost. Whether I know or not is not the point." When you are lost, a map is needed. Knowledge is needed. A book is needed. But when you are not lost, what is the point of carrying a book or a map? An enlightened person is at the goal everywhere. Wherever he is, he is the goal. Once you become aware of that, you are the goal, and you cannot be lost. The beggar is not lost. Why? Because he is not going to Delhi, and he is not going to Agra. He is going nowhere. Wherever he reaches, that is the goal. He is not lost because he is not moving in any direction. He is not lost because there is no desired goal. This disciple threw away the map because there is the goal. He is the goal. Wherever he is at peace. He is home. There is no desire and no motivation. The future has disappeared, and this moment is enough. So, throw away the map because you are the goal. Maps can help if the goal is somewhere else. Maps cannot help if you are the goal. They may even distract you because when you look at the map, you cannot be looking at yourself. Books cannot help because you are the truth. And there is no book in which you are written. The book is you and no other book.
Thank you, Ron. So join with me now. We're going to take that sentiment into our meditation. Another beautiful piece that John Bartlett is going to perform for us. And just taking that question, am I lost? Or what can I find myself in this moment? What is that truth? Just breathing into the music and letting it guide us.
special music this morning. Michael Herndon is here. Michael Herndon.
Good morning, beloveds. I'm attempting to be grateful for all of the things of the earth today, except for allergens. Not a real fan. There's a natural mystic blowing through the air. If you listen carefully now, you will hear. This might be the first trumpets, might as well be the last. We all know it's impossible to go living in the past. Don't ask me why. Things are not the way they used to be. Won't tell no lie. One and all must face reality now. Though I try to find the answers to all the questions I have to ask, we all know that it's impossible to go living in the past. Don't tell no lie. There's a natural mystic blowing through the air. You can't keep them down. If you listen carefully now, you will hear. Just a natural mystic blowing through the air. Just a natural mystic blowing through the air. Ah, yeah. This might be the first trumpet, might as well be the last. We all know that it's impossible to go living in the past. Don't tell no lie. There's a natural mystic blowing through the air. Won't tell no lie. If you listen carefully now, you will hear. Just a natural mystic blowing through the air. Just a natural mystic blowing through the air. Ah, yeah. Blowing, 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 blowing on through the air. Oh, blowing through my mind, oh, blowing through my spirit, blowing through the air, blowing through the air, blowing through the air. blowing through, yeah. Ooh, blowing, blowing, oh yeah. Thank you. Good morning.
That's Michael Herndon.
Thank you, Michael. So one of the big questions I've been encountering recently is, how do we get from here to there? How do we get from where we are and all of the things that are going on to the world we know is possible? How do we move from this space into that one? And so I was thinking about that this week because I had a really great conversation, and I came, after the conversation, I came back to this poem that Mary Oliver wrote a few years ago that really spoke to me about how do we get there. And so this is what she said. I have refused to live locked in the orderly house of reasons and proofs. The world I live in and believe in is wider than that. And anyway, what's wrong with maybe? You wouldn't believe what once or twice I have seen. I'll just tell you this. Only if there are angels in your head will you ever possibly see one. Only if there are angels in your head will you ever possibly see one. So what this got me thinking about was this deep sense in which the way we get from where we are to where we're going is we become it. We put it in our heads, we put it in our experience, we pray it into being. But it requires a commitment because life will continue to show us all of the things that are not the angels in our heads. It'll be what we get to encounter over and over again until we have put really the truth and the beauty of life that we want to be experiencing in our heads and are willing to stand up into that, to rise up to the occasion of that. So I was thinking about that in terms of what life offers us. And I think that oftentimes when we have these things that show up in our lives that feel like challenges or problems, we feel like life is trying to knock us down or make us smaller, instead of realizing that life is actually asking us to transcend the barriers, to become the angel in our head, to become the very thing that we say we want to happen. And we keep waiting for it. And so that's why that statement, we're the ones that we are waiting for, is such a powerful one, because we don't have to wait for anyone else to become the angel in our head. So I had this really great experience of this week, and it seems really silly, but I had the most amazing human help me in a hardware store. And so this is why this is amazing. So I am always at hardware stores. And oftentimes we get to a point in a project where the big box store does not have what we need. And so we have to go to one of these specialty retailers that only does electrical or only does plaster or only does whatever it is. And normally the people in those stores aren't very friendly. They don't really like the homeowner who came in and said, I need, because we don't speak the language, or if we do speak the language, they think we must not really know what we're doing. Do you ever had that experience? And so usually after a while, we have this capacity to win people over. And in fact, almost every one of those specialty stores has given us T-shirts to wear so that we're like their mascots out in the world eventually. But this was an experience where we walked in and immediately this human was like an angel. And it was just this really simple interaction. But it was so filled with kindness. So filled with, I just want you to have the best experience. I want you to be really happy with your stucco. Like, it was like so simple, and it seems so strange, but like there was this, like, I'm still talking about this guy, right? Like, this was Tuesday, and I still can feel what it felt like to be in his presence. And I believe that we get to do that. We get to put that angel in our head and then start to go and see it and experience that. And there's this sense that I think that many of us think that we have to wait till the world looks right for it to be safe to do that. Till things are just lined up perfectly, or we know that it's going to be okay. And this guy works in a stucco store, right? Like, this isn't like waiting until something happens outside that where everything lines up and we just get to be, this transcendent human. Like, we get to decide that even in the midst of the grocery store and the post office and traffic and dropping kids off at school or whatever it is, that we get to become the real thing that we're looking for. Like, we get to be it and we don't have to wait. And I think that this is how we get between where we are and where we're going, is that we really put it in our head. And so, our culture says that it's all in our head is a bad thing, like we imagined it. And we're delusional, it's not real. But what I'm talking about is like putting the real in our head. Getting rid of the lies that we've been telling and the limitations and all of the stories, and really stepping into this idea that I can transcend the experience and really welcome a whole new level of being. So I was thinking about this, and I was realizing that in order for this to happen, that there is it's kind of like this balancing act that has to happen, because sometimes to transcend, it requires us holding on to things, and sometimes it requires us letting go and knowing how to do that. Right, knowing that balance is sometimes tricky. And so I came across a story about how high wire experts use that balancing pole. And I never really thought about it, except when I'm carrying heavy things, that balance is required. And when I was reading this story, it's about this guy, Carl Walenda. And he was this amazing balancing person. my words just went crazy. So whatever that, but high wire expert. And the thing about the pole is that the pole used went to create that amazing sense of balance up on that high wire, is that it's a safeguard. And you can almost always keep your balance if you have a pole. But there are times when it's necessary to let that pole go. But for a high wire expert, there's this ego thing related to dropping your pole, because that means that you've actually made a mistake. And so Carl, actually, this amazing high wire expert, ended up dying with a pole in his hand because he wouldn't let go of it. And I was just that image of this sense of the thing that keeps us balanced, that keeps us going where we're going, also often requires us to humble ourselves, to say, I need to let that go. In order for me to be the highest person I can be in this, that there is a requirement for me to transcend who I've been. And I have to let that go. I have to become something more. And I know that there is that, like, becoming something more impulse in all of us, and we get to see it, especially when we show up in the world in ways we don't like. And we get to say, wow, I have just biffed it big time. And I am willing to open to an idea that who I really want to be in this is something more. Who I really want to show up as is that angel that is in my head, and I am willing to take it to that higher place. And I'm willing to do that because I've been directed by my inner guidance. And we just get to do this over and over again. And I believe that when we start to do this, that we get to start to put in our heads all of these amazing things, like today is going to be the best day ever. Like we get to put that in our head every morning, and then we just get to go and experience it because it will show up around us, and there will be more guys like that guy in the stucco store that show up, or more beautiful things because of our willingness to say, today I am going to be willing to experience this day as something transcendent. So this is a piece I found about realizing that today can be the best day ever that spoke to me. Today, when I awoke, I suddenly realized that this is the best day of my life ever. There were times I wondered if I'd ever make it to today, but I did. And because I did, I am going to celebrate. I'm going to celebrate what an unbelievable life I have. The accomplishments, the many blessings, and yes, even the hardships that have come into my life because they have served to make me stronger. I'll go through this day with my head held high and happy in my heart, and I will marvel at God's seemingly simple gifts. Morning dew, sun, clouds, trees, flowers, birds. Today, none of these miracles will escape my notice. Today, I will share my excitement with life with other people. I'll make someone smile. I'll go out of my way to perform an unexpected act of kindness for someone I don't even know. Today, I'll give a sincere compliment to someone who seems down. I'll tell a child how special she is, and I'll tell someone I love just how deeply I care for them and how much they mean to me. Today is the day I'll quit worrying about what I don't have and start being grateful for all of the wonderful things God's already given me. I remember that to worry is just a waste of time because my faith is in God and the divine plan, and that assures me that everything is going to be fine. Tonight, before I go to bed, I'll go outside and raise my eyes, and I'll stand in awe of the beauty of the stars and the moon, and I'll praise the divine for all of that magnificence. And as the day ends and I lay my head on the pillow, I will thank God for the best day of my life. And I'll sleep the sleep of contentment of a contented child, excited with expectation, because I know tomorrow is going to be the best day of my life. This could be the best day of our life. And tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, it is all in our head. So we have a choice. We have a choice about what we put in our head, and it matters. It matters if we're putting fear and worry in our heads, and it matters if what is existing in our head is angels. It matters. And it's not actually trying to be the thought police here, but what I do know is that when I put angels in my head, they outweigh all of the worry and the fear. They outweigh the things that feel heavy. There's a lightness to the peace and the love and the wholeness that I put in my head. And that has the capacity to change the direction. And so I don't have to stop worrying because I don't know as human beings that's possible. But instead, put my focus on making sure that my head is filled with the things I want it to be filled with. That my prayers are in the direction of the life I really want to be living, not in worry around all of the things that I'm needing to let go of in order for that to happen. So we move our focus there, and then all of a sudden, there is this beauty that gets to show up, this energy, and these people that show up in unexpected ways in unexpected times, or maybe puppies, whatever they are, it doesn't matter. Like these creatures, this life that shows up around us, that shows us and reminds us that really there is a preciousness in what we're doing and what we are creating. And so in order to get from where we are to where we're going, if we are willing to be the ones that we've been waiting for and to not wait for someone else to bring angels onto this planet, not wait for the divine idea to come forward, not wait for our prayers to be answered, just start to live into it, become it, then all of a sudden we already are where we're going. We already are there. And that's the beauty of it, that we get to be there and then draw life with us into that space. So I just recognize that we have this opportunity right now with this pull that is happening to a greater life in all of us and on this planet, to really answer that call by being willing to put the highest that we can imagine in this moment into that space. To not keep on putting our problems, not keep on putting our limited thinking, not keep on putting all of our, yeah, but that's just the way it is, or there's no way to counter that problem. But instead, we put this other energy that says, I am willing to stand for this. I'm willing to be for this. I'm willing to be in that. And I am willing to let go of the pull if I have to. If I have to, in order to become and get where I really need to be. And so I'm just interested in what it would mean if we really started to live into that energy in a fuller way. That says, today I am willing to encounter life as conspiring for my good. I'm willing to encounter even the problems that show up as conspiring for my good. Because who do I get to meet? What do I get to experience? What do I get to learn? Who do I get to become because of that? And I just know for myself that this energy has already changed my week. And I know that it will continue to change that force within me. Just being willing to recognize those angels and the power that those angels have to show up if they're already in my head. If I've already created them. And so we're going to pray, and I'm going to invite the band to come up because we're going to sing into prayer. But I have one more passage that always speaks to me around this, and this is Catherine of Siena, and she said that it's heaven all the way to heaven and hell all the way to hell. And I think that this is really important to remember, is that we have to create it in our heads. We have to be it first. We have to be it on the way there. We can't wait for it. And there's great power in our willingness to do so. And so we're going to, or Sid and I are, we're going to sing this song, Someone Needs a Prayer.
Our prayer of love, it lifts us high. It heals us, sustains us, sets us free. Our prayer of love, it lifts us high. It heals us, sustains us, sets us free. Our prayer of love lifts us high. It heals us, sustains us, sets us free. Our prayer of love lifts us high. Heals us, sustains us, sets us free.
So our prayer of love today is a prayer that lifts us all high. It lifts us into that place of higher awareness in which we are able to call forward the life that we know is possible. And so our prayer of love today is for this planet that we share, that we celebrate today. We lift up into the highest vision of how it is that we care for it and each other on it. And we lift up the vision of what it means to belong to one another from this place of truly recognizing that we are one. And we allow ourselves to be the place where that vision becomes possible because we are willing to put it in our heads so that it can become reality. Because it is only when we believe that it can happen that we become the stands for it in a way in which possibility is then able to move and shape itself into form. And I just recognize that we have the opportunity to call forward the best day ever, every single day, and right here and right now. the best day to experience love and peace and wholeness, the best day to experience all the blessings and miracles of life, and to express gratitude for all of the ways that life shows up, showing us where it is that our love is being called to expand. And I just know that we have this glorious opportunity right here and right now to lift it all up, to take everything in our lives out of the realm of problem and to stick it into the realm of possibility and solution. We stick it into the realm of the infinite, and I recognize that Spirit knows what to do. It knows how to create in us a new idea. And so we open to that idea. We open to being available. We take it to that high place. And then we just joyfully expect that all around us, that beauty shows up. And we move into the place of being the angel, being the one we've been waiting for. We show up as it on this planet, not expecting anything in return. We just move into that energy, and everything changes. So I let go. I call forward this vision, and I let it be. And so it is.
A prayer of love, it lifts us high, it heals us, sustains us, sets us free.
Once again, Michael Herndon.
Somewhere there's music, I'll fake the tune. Somewhere there's heaven, how high the moon. There is no moon above and love is far away too, until it comes true that you love me as I love you. Somewhere there's music, it's where you are. Somewhere there's heaven, how near, how far. The brightest stars will shine if you come to me soon. Until you will be still, my heart high the moon. Oh, go on now. Somewhere there's music, I'll thank you too. Somewhere there's heaven, how high the moon. There's no moon above and love is far away too. Until it comes true that you love me and I love you. Somewhere there's heaven is where you are. Somewhere there's music, I'll be how far. Brightest star shine if you come to me soon. Until you will be still my heart. Till you will be still my heart. Till you will be still my heart. The moon.
That's Michael Herndon.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love these guys. So now's the time where we move into the sharing of our tithes and offerings. So I'm going to ask you to take whatever it is you brought to share with this community and hold it over your heart. We also have this fancy new thing where you can text to give if you're interested in doing that. That's the phone number. It'll send you through the steps. But I just ask you to take whatever it is you're giving today and to put an intention into it. Maybe that intention is for one of those angels you want to put in your head. One of those high visions that you are willing to step into being on this planet. One of those places where you are willing to be the one you've been waiting for. And whatever that is for you today, I just invite you to feel what it feels like to allow for that vision and that energy to be infused with love and support. With the energy that says yes. With the energy that says this is going to be the best day ever. And just enlivening that vision with the energy and support of this community, I just recognize that love and joy and peace and wholeness expanding right here. So I'm going to ask the ushers to come and we will sing this song.
Around
together, we're just infusing that which has been given with the energy of awareness and the energy of possibility. And so we pull all of that intention that is in this space and within the sound of my voice, and we just lift it up. We lift it up to that place in which it becomes possible to see it on this planet. And we support that love unfolding, that circle of love expanding through each and every one of us and through this thing that we are creating together, this life. I just bless that which has been given, and the energy in which it is received goes back out into the world to create beauty and love and peace. I just know that it is good. I let it be, and so it is. Thank you, Charlie. All right. So I think Zephyr was trying to do a mashup here because we have, I will won't let anyone blow it out, followed by Dragonfly Out in the Sun. So we could do that someday, feeling good as a mashup with this little light of mine. And I have a few announcements about upcoming things, and I have a request. So the first announcement is that next Saturday, we will be at Roadrunner Food Bank together. This is our monthly outing. We will be there from 11 to 2. There are a few little requirements if you've not been there before with us, and there's a sheet about that in the foyer that give you more information. They just want us to be wearing closed-toed shoes and sleeves and such, just because we will be working in the warehouse. So that is next Saturday. I also want to thank everyone who came out and helped cook yesterday. We cooked for Community of Hope, and the meal will be served today to hungry people who also will be fed spiritually as well as physically, and it's a beautiful thing that happens there. So last month we served 72 people, so I'm guessing that it keeps on expanding. I think we cooked probably enough for 150. So, if you've ever seen me cook, that's what happens every single time. Please just join me in blessing that food today too. Just the food that this community made that's going to be serving these people today. So those are. So we have the food bank next week, and then we will be cooking for Community Hope again next month, as well as going to the food bank, and then whatever else shows up, because things keep showing up for us to be of service together in. And I also just have a request, which is that it has been really helpful, those of you who've gone online and left us reviews places like Google or Yelp or on Facebook. It's been really great. So if you like what we're doing, how about that? No negative reviews. If you like what if you like what we're doing, it would be really great. If you're online this week and you think about it, please leave us a review. It helps us get the word out. I also want to thank everyone who's been watching online. Our videos have been really amazingly well viewed. We have a video from a few weeks ago that's already got 4,000 people who've watched it. So, yay. So thank you all for helping make that happen and helping us spread the word about the beauty that is happening here. I really appreciate that. And I believe that we are going to sing, and then we're going to sing, and we're done. So here we go.
Together and feel alright. One love, one heart. Let's give thanks
sing our beautiful benediction. That's what it's called, that Sid wrote for us. So let us sing and go forth and walk in beauty together.
Go forth and walk in beauty, and know that we are one.